Mikayla, this Winter Wonderland look, I absolutely love it. I need to recreate it. Whenever I want super frosty white, I'm gonna use a white base. Woo, get ready. I'm thinking though from my socket, which is right here up, I might grab a concealer shade, but I know that I want white to keep everything super, super frosty. Now I have the white pretty much smoothed out. Don't worry about creasing at this point. I like a wet eyeshadow base, something that will crease until I set it, because it really grabs onto shadow a lot better. So I'm just taking concealer. And the reason I'm going to use concealer here is because I don't have friction, so I don't have to worry about creasing. I don't normally like to use concealer from the socket down because we do have that friction and sometimes we can get creasing. I can always trust an eyeshadow base a little bit better than I can a concealer. Now, she didn't show what shade. She's making me play a guessing game. I'm gonna start with this shade and see if it's blue enough. Well, it's gonna be a nice transition though. All right, we need to figure out which one had that much blue in it. All right, I think it was this one. I am using a fluffier brush. That way I can kind of manipulate the colors as needed. If I use an E28, it's gonna be flatter, so it's gonna pack that color on, and I'm kind of gonna be committed, but right now, if I want to just go grab an actual blue eyeshadow and kind of really cool this down, I could. So let's see where we're heading. Remember the fluffy brush, that way we can manipulate it. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that blue and just kind of push it in here, just to really blue this up. And the reason why it's gonna look different on me, obviously we all have different skin tones, undertones. I'm not quite as tan as I was in the summer, so I'm going to need to cool this down a little bit more with some blue. I'm gonna take the same shade, but I switched brushes, and now I'm just gonna add more definition in the socket. Nice. It's so interesting to me. It's one of the reasons I love brushes so much. Just by switching brushes, we can get such a different effect with one shadow, or really, just depends on whatever makeup product you're using. Even switching brushes can change how your concealer looks, your blush. It just fascinates me. All right, we got our depth. So I'm just gonna take that same white eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna just shape in here a little bit, and I'm gonna take it all the way over here. But listen, I know I'm giving cut crease here. At this point, I think it's just muscle memory, but it doesn't have to be this perfect because I am gonna let the shimmer kind of cascade upward a little bit. So I don't think we need to worry about it being too perfect, but we do need that tackiness again. This is actually one of my favorite cool tone palettes of all time. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a white enough silver, but I think the base is, yep, we're good. All is fine. Everything is good. Oh, that's so pretty. But I'm not gonna bring it all the way over here, and I'm also not gonna bring it all the way over here. Now we're taking a bright white, and we're just gonna pack that on the inner corner. Make sure that we're really getting in here and pressing that into the space. It's very important. Think of it the same way as you would setting your under eye. That is, if you're still having your eyeshadow betray you and crease. Remember that same silver? We're gonna take that and just start to soften edges and just let this cascade. Look how pretty that is. Let it come over here a little bit more. We just switched to a fluffier brush. Let's grab some of this shade. I still have a little bit of the silver on here. I don't mind if the sparkles kind of come to this party. I am using the fluffier brush because I don't want it to get too dark too fast. Again, I'm all about, I know it looks like chaos, but I try to be mindful of how much I'm picking up because everything I have on my eye is exactly what I want aside from here and here. And that's the easy part to clean up. I'm always just a little bit more mindful about how much shadow I'm picking up on the brush and adding, because we can always add more, but taking away can be a little bit more difficult. Now I'm not gonna do liner, but I'm definitely gonna do a tight line. And that's where we wiggle gel liner in between our lashes. And anytime don't do that. This is me yapping and doing it. So don't worry much about the actual waterline. We're trying to get in between the lashes and fill in gaps. And essentially, anytime I use a white eyeshadow base, this really will make a difference because that white at the base of the lash can be kind of not what we want. So tight lining is a great option for that right now. Now I'm gonna do falsies, but I am gonna do mascara first. I always like to do mascara before falsies because mascara can change the shape of the fake lash. I didn't want to say falsies again. Oh, still said it. All right, let me get this into the root. I'm not going to worry too much about the tips of my lash, just mostly working on the root. I'm telling you, one of the reasons that sometimes we just don't like cool tones, but one of the reasons we sometimes do not like cool tones is because they're a little extra work because they do get stuck in our lashes. They're just a little bit more extra effort. So focus on the lash line, make sure it's nice and dark, and you might actually like a cool tone look. Now we're still gonna do some melting. Ooh, that's fun, satisfying. We're still gonna do some melting with our concealer and foundation later, but I'm gonna do pre-melt with my micellar water and an E29 so we don't take off too much. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Pink Puree lashes. I'm doing these. I have it already right here. And I have my lash glue on. This is the style Harajuku half lash. That's what we're going to be using here. So I've got my lash glue ready to go. I feel like these are going to be fun with this. Okay, let's just let it sit there. Give it a second. Not yet. It senses our fear. Now we should be good. Clamp it down. It's usually the sliding that gets us. Let's do our white waterline. This is really gonna frost up our look. This look has no blush. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this extra time. This is actually my favorite drugstore foundation, the Revlon ColorStay. Let's get our foundation on. I'm preparing myself for a blushless look. I don't even remember the last time I didn't wear blush. C42. Start to melt this in. I'm trying to decide what bronzer I'm gonna wear. I know she definitely did bronzer. I kind of want the bronzer to be a little bit more orange, essentially. That way it really contrasts the eye makeup. Now I've taken a tiny amount of foundation. And I know I'm gonna bring my inner corner back down a little bit with the white, but I need to make friends with my complexion and the eyeshadow so it gets a really melted look, and this is a really good way to do it. Just make sure you're using a fluffier brush and foundation. I wanna use the foundation, not the concealer. The concealer can conceal too much, but the foundation just kind of makes friends. I wanna go lighter with my concealer. So I'm going to do a little bit of correcting. If I go too light without some correction underneath, it could just turn gray and accentuate all of the things I just don't want to be bothered with. Let me grab a brush. I gotta reach a little too far. All right, brush secured, and I had a bite of crumb cake. There's your crumb. But remember, you have to go darker before you go lighter most of the time. I'm going more full coverage, so I'm gonna do my Estee Lauder. I wear 2.5C in this, and I'm gonna put it on these high points. Now this concealer has a pretty fast dry time, so I actually like to use a little bit of this. I use this for so many different things, but this is gonna help it blend, and it's gonna slow down that dry time, because sometimes we're getting a patchiness and unevenness and just cakiness from concealer that's drying very, very, very quickly. So if we have a chance to just take our time, we can sometimes get a more even blend. Blending this out with our C32, which is back in stock. I say that because it was out of stock for a very long time. It feels really nice to have this one back in stock, because it's probably one of my most used brushes. Definitely one that gets asked about the most. MAC Give Me Sun. This bronzer is very orange on me, but that's what I want. I want it. Let me have it. C40.5. We can sculpt and blend with this one. Woo, that looks good. I love makeup so much. It's just so much fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get my under eye set. Actually, let me do this first. And the reason why is because a lot of the time I don't like to set my under eye at this stage because I might be using dark colors and it's a lot easier to fix wet concealer than it is set concealer. But I know I'm just gonna be doing white pencil underneath there. So I can just go ahead and start to lock all this in. I don't even have to worry about blush. Same pencil. I'm just gonna take it out of the waterline. And then before it sets, I'm just buffing out the edges with a little white eyeshadow, just to make sure we look extra frosty. Let's get this mascara going. I love this one. Not only do I like the formula, but it's basically a lash comb. So I know I have a lot of control with it. That way we don't bump all of this pretty white that we have everywhere. I have the exact lip combo that she used. And I want you to know, I feel like there's this really fine line between over-prepped and prepped lips. So I sit down and I put on my Henriksen lip treatment. I'm using this one right now. And I let it sit the entire time. But if I try to put lipstick on top of all of this, it's gonna be absolute chaos. So I wanna exfoliate and wipe it away, but then I still want my lips to have that hydration. So that is something to think about. Soft Haze lipstick. And I like to put on a little bit of the lipstick first. That way I can go in with the lip liner. This is Stormy. Yes, just double checking. I grab the lipstick. It also makes it glide easier and it helps you get a really nice blend. Just something I've always kind of done. And I always feel like it works for me. Especially if you're wanting something to be a little bit more blended. Powder from One Size. I'm gonna really brighten just through here, and then I want to add a bunch of sparkle, actual sparkle, not highlighter. Let's just put a bunch of this on our face. This is Stila Heaven's Dew. This is the shade Silver Lake, and it's not really going to be a highlighter. It's more of a diffused sparkle. So let's just pop this on here. Y'all better stop me. If I don't rub my lips together too much, I can take a little bit and tap it on my lips. If I rub it together, the lipstick will just eat it. And I am wiping my finger off each time. Ben is on a meeting. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. Mikayla, that look was chef's kiss. I love a frosted look. Plus, we're going into winter and I thought it was just gonna be really fun to recreate this. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed painting it. And I love you all so much. Thank you for being here with me. And until the next video, bye for now.